Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Broke Boy Gaming. It has been a solid 2 weeks since we've done something. We've just all been a little busy on our end, but have no fear, we're back, and we have with us Seth, we got Dev Dog, and we got Jared. What's your and we got Jared. There we go. We got Jared. Yeah. Hey, Jared, what's going on, buddy?
What's going on, bro?
Ghost ride the whip.
Ghost ride the whip.
Ghost ride the whip.
Don't. But yeah, so today's topic, we're gonna kind of split this up into two videos and do two separate topics for you guys since we've been away for about 2 weeks. I know we don't have a lot of views, but we do have a Twitter account now.
Bro, I swear it's been 4 weeks, bro. It's been a whole month. Joe, stupid
Dude,
ass.
it's our last video says 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
So technically this is a week 3, and we just gotta be Anyway, so today's topics is going to be favorite games from our childhood and games that I guess you could say games that we wish that we could have played when we were younger and kind of like flew underneath like our radar, or just games that we wish that we could get into that look interesting to us. So yeah, so just want to ask, how's everyone's week been going? Their life been going good? Nice and peachy there, yeah.
Yeah, payday next week, so I can't really complain.
There you go.
Money's coming through.
What, you working Wendy's?
Right.
You were Wendy's now?
What? I said the money coming through.
Oh, I thought you said Wendy's. I'm
Paychecks
sorry.
next week. I don't fuck with Wendy's.
Yeah.
Bring back spicy nuggets, y'all.
Bring back Szechuan sauce at McDonald's.
They already did.
Did they really?
That's on my table right now. Yeah, it's like
what?
It has no spice.
I feel like they hyped it up for no reason.
I feel like or maybe it just wasn't that
Just
spicy
because
when we were a
of the
kid.
little kids watching Rick and Morty because they're highly intelligent. They're
Yeah.
high.
Jared, you think it's Professor Rick? Why are you talking?
They're high. Exactly. You're high IQ. You're smarter than me, bro.
Right.
Jared called him Professor Rick at one point.
Wow. It's almost like Kachikulu.
Oh my god.
That was too funny.
I had never heard of the cereal before.
Oh my gosh.
Which-
Oh, dude. What are we going to do with you?
Look, it was worse because we were at a party. So, so it wasn't just you guys.
Yeah.
It was like,
Hey, I got that Kachikulu. But what?
you're looking at me like, what?
Oh my gosh. So we apologize. We get a little bit off track, but yeah, so we're going to talk about our favorite. Let's start with our favorite childhood games. I guess I'll just go first really quick. So when it came to my gaming experience when I was a kid, I think it was like I think I was 5 years old when I started like gaming all together. And I want to say I had a PlayStation 1 when I was a kid, so I played a lot of Crash Bandicoots. That's definitely one of my favorites. But like I would say as I got like a little bit older and like, 11, 12 years old, or even just like prior to that, like Pokemon definitely is always going to be my favorite, like all-time high top game. It just, I know that like, the older versions aren't up to par, but that's why they made Fire Red and Leaf Green, and I can honestly play those games over and over and just pretty much, I don't know, I just fucking love Pokemon. I'm sorry. It's just a great thing. And then I would have to say like, oh my god, it's between like so many games like Jak and Daxter, Power Stone, Sly Cooper, but I would have to say that Fable 2 and Fable 1 definitely top from my childhood because I just love RPGs.
Fable 2? What year was that?
Fable 2 came out in like 2008. I mean, it's technically
That's not your childhood.
What do
your
you
old
mean?
ass.
You trying to be a 2000 baby? You trying to be a 2000 baby right now?
I wasn't 18 then.
How old were you? A teenager, bro? That don't count.
All right, fine. I retract my Fable 2 statement, everyone. I'm sorry. Because Jared doesn't know.
Bro, you was a teenager.
Okay, you know what? Fine,
60 years ago, teenagers were going to work.
I'm gonna go with Pokemon, Power Stone, and I'm gonna go with Crash Bandicoot.
Are we doing the games or game? I don't know we have
Games
multiple.
in
What was your
general,
favorite?
just in like whatever games
Okay,
that were
alright,
your
that's fair.
favorite. Just growing up and having a grand old time. In front of the TV.
All right.
Jared over here being all difficult, difficult and shit.
Come on.
Whatever. All right, Seth. What are your top favorite games of your childhood?
If I had to boil it down to three, it would have to be. You already said one of them, Power Stone. Particularly the second game. The first game more so focused on 1v1 combat, whereas the second game integrated 4 players at once. Me, my brother, and my dad, and whoever came over my house, which was like maybe 2 people. We used to play that all the goddamn time. It was one of those games uh, where you could, you know, what's the word? Confidently say that it's better than Smash in terms of the fun factor. I don't know about competitive. That game cannot fly in the competitive scene of fighting games.
Which game
But
was it? One
it
more time.
was-
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Power Stone 2.
Yes.
That was
Yes.
the one, it was just fun. Like literally,
It really was,
game
wasn't
had-
it? Like
the game was for Dreamcast. So probably most people don't know about it, but it was like a brawler type game where there's weapons and you have to collect the power stones, 3 stones, and you get to transform into this super crazy ass form of yourself and beat the shit out of everybody until their life bars were gone. There were there
yeah.
were stage transitions, like most of the stages had at least 2. Some of them had 3. I know my favorite one was where you were like inside of like some kind of crypt or dungeon, and you're fighting in the first part, and then the floor crumbles. Then you get into like this Indiana Jones ass hallway, and the rock is following you. And then you get into the door. Each transition had 2 ways of getting in there.
Yeah.
One
Yeah.
where you did take damage, and one where you didn't. So 2 people can get into the door safely, then 2 people had to fall through the map. It was such a fun game. Like I still can't believe I can remember all that shit, but Power Stone 2 has to be probably.
Who was your
Yo,
favorite
number-
character from? I can't because I liked it was the pilot. I forgot. I can't really remember the names.
Oh, Falcon.
And the guy, like when you got his power stone, he pretty much turned into like a Super Saiyan, essentially.
That's
Yep.
Wang Tang.
Wang Tang. That's what I'm
Yeah.
talking about.
That was
Wang
my
Tang
dad's,
was
my dad's
What
favorite
kind of
character
name?
was Rouge. Yes, we're not fucking with you. That is the name of the character.
Wang Tang was
My dad
fantastic.
liked using Rouge, she was like the Egyptian girl. My favorite character was the Gun Rock. He was the dude with the poncho.
Yes.
That dude literally turned into a humanoid rock and threw rocks at people. That shit was so funny.
You know,
to me. And he would turn into a big old boulder, just spin around and smash people. Like that shit was great.
it was pretty sweet. I'm not gonna lie. They made a Power Stone collection for the PSP, and we
Yep.
just never really got a full, like, not even like a full-fledged like remake or remaster or a new game. Like I kind of want those games to get on a Capcom, just bring them over to Steam as they are. Like those games were just so much fun. It wasn't like you said, like it kind of had that Super Smash feel to it, but it was pretty awesome. Like
it was just fun. It was just cool, creative.
it really
Their own
was.
take on like a brawl type game. If I had to like another one, like that's probably like my first one. Second one was from my childhood, even though it was released before I was born technically.
Yeah.
Mortal Kombat 2 for the Sega Genesis.
Wait, there was a Mortal Kombat game that they made for the PS2. It was fantastic. It was like an adventure style Mortal Kombat game.
Mythologies.
What?
Sub-Zero. Is that what you're talking about?
Which one was it? I couldn't
There's a
hear.
game for PlayStation 1, right?
No, 2. PlayStation 2.
Oh,
I can't remember exactly.
Shaolin Monks?
I think so.
It was probably Shaolin Monks. That game was actually really good, but
think it
Mortal
was.
Kombat 2, to my knowledge, if I could go way deep in my memory banks, was like the first game I remember really enjoying and playing. And my uncle had because I was living in my grandma's house at the time. My uncle had a Sega Genesis. He had 2 of them actually. I don't know why, but he he had one holding just around, and I would like play with it. And I played Mortal Kombat 2. I loved the the sprites and the fatalities and stuff. I used to get scared of them at first as a kid because like the screen would go dark, and I'm like, oh shit. But like that was one of the first games that got me into being this huge fighting game buff that I am today. Like, one of the OG and a third game that I had to think about would probably be Halo. Well, I wouldn't say Halo 1 or 2. I was still pretty much a kid when Halo 1 came out, so like I guess. But Halo's like also one of my other series that defines me as like what kind of gamer. That's the game series that got me into FPS, shooters. Yeah, I mean, we all played Halo 3, but like I played the first two games. I know Dakota played Halo 2 and 1 as well, but like those were my shits. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean.
but yeah, that's it. For me it's Power Stone 2, Mortal Kombat 2 and Halo 1 or 2 or and 2. However you want to categorize it. I don't want to say Halo 3 just because it's still, I mean, it's an old game by standards now. That was a while ago, but wasn't really a kid. I was like in the process of becoming a teenager, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, that's it for me.
I got you. Yeah. So, Mr. Devil Dog over here.
Fake Navy, bro. People always think my name is Devil Dog for some reason. I guess that's some kind of term for a Navy guy.
I've never heard it in my life.
Just read the word correctly. There's no IL. Just Dev Dog. But anyways, my number one game as a child was definitely Jak and Daxter.
Yeah, that's an OG game.
That's
right
the
there.
first game I ever beat. The first game I ever played all the way through. Just so much nostalgia, just everywhere. I remember even having the Daxter standalone game on the PSP.
They had a Daxter game.
Yeah, they did.
It's called Daxter.
They did the same thing with what was it? Ratchet and Clank, and they had their own little thing. But yeah, I do remember that Daxter game. It was pretty interesting.
I remember being a dumb child and thinking that the PSP would play PS2 like games on it.
It's part of the PlayStation family, right?
I used to think that the PS2 would play Xbox original games because I didn't know how that shit worked. I was just like,
the PS2 would play Xbox.
Like, and I tried it one time and I was like, why isn't this working? Because it.
Okay, now you make me feel smarter as a child because that's dumb as shit.
Oh
I was shit.
I was just confused when I first saw a PSP and I'm like, how in the hell did you put the CD in here? And I saw the little weird ass
that tiny little CD with a plastic.
What the hell is this? No, it was terrible. Like with my PSP, it was. I had two. They have movies for it too. Like what?
Yeah, little tiny movies.
That was one thing that I never owned.
Those CDM discs or whatever.
I was never able to own a PSP. I got into gaming relatively late compared to everybody else. So.
Yeah, you played the oldest games out of all.
Hey, we're old BioWare fans, by the way. Not the new BioWare.
Well, new BioWare when it comes to Dragon Age, but not anything else.
Devin, so Jak and Daxter, what's another one that you played?
A really good one I used to always play. The NBA Street Series, specifically Volume 2.
That's one of mine. NBA Street Volume 2.
Volume 2. I played that game so much. I remember.
I remember a lot of the time because I didn't get that game till very late. But I would used to go over Devin's house and I would play that at his house.
Oh my god, it was fantastic, dude! It was the best.
It would be you play NBA Street Volume 2, or we just play real basketball.
Dude, talk about that NFL Street though for a second.
god.
You know
dude.
that shit was fire.
I used to try to throw the damn football under my legs because of that game.
Like, oh man, I want to do all these cool, like, bouncing off the wall catches
Bounce
and
off the
stuff.
wall, shit, crunching people
Oh
into the
my
ground.
gosh, it
like,
was fantastic. Those are some
Like-
good ones, though.
there are some very memorable quotes for certain moves you would do in NBA.
Off the easy.
Off the easy is the most famous.
It's the best one.
Oh my
I
god.
think one of them's like dinner served too or
Yeah,
something.
dinner
What was
served.
that? It was like
It's
called the star.
hysterical.
It was like you have your star points and you can use special moves and you just like go ape shit on the court. That was, that was
You get
amazing.
hook shot threes. They just going like it's nothing.
Like when they dunk the ball, they're like over exaggerated ass voices
God.
and shit.
Yo, you remember Stretch Monroe?
Oh,
Yes.
Seth.
Oh, yeah. Oh yeah.
So, Jared,
What?
besides Assassin's Creed,
Oh, Devin, wait.
That's not
before-
from
before
Mortal
we move
Kombat.
it-
That's not really
before
from
we
my
move
from my childhood.
oh
but-
wait, hold on.
Before,
Yeah.
Devin, did you have any
Devin
more?
was another one.
Kirsten did 3. I did 3. Do you have 3, or are you good with that?
I'm gonna go with Halo 3. Like I know that's like teenage probably.
Dude, that
but
was so much fun. We used to play that shit all the time.
everyone just come to the crib, the whole squad. Get on an actual couch. Get on a
Yeah.
couch. Get your controllers. Plug them in.
When split screen
Those were
actually
the
meant
days.
something.
That was great.
Yeah, those were the days, man. It was just
Camaraderie at its finest.
right.
Right.
No, dude, it was great. Like I remember because I had a PlayStation 3 because I was too poor to get Xbox Live, and I was just like, well, I'll just play. Me and Devin, even Seth, like sometimes we go over to Brian.
Oh,
Oh, wow, that's going way back. That's going.
Mainly when we went over to Devin's house, that was just a lot of fun.
Yeah,
And
Devin's spot was the crib.
it was the crib.
It was the crib outside of your own.
Facts. Oh my gosh. So Mr. Ghost Ride the Whip, aka Gerard, aka doesn't know how to answer his phone all day,
That's right. I know.
called your ass at like
Yo,
11.
what were you? Listen, bro. You would have interrupted my sleep if I didn't turn off my ring.
My sleep.
I'm happy. I got sleep. Actually, slept
No, that's
so
probably
then
gonna
when I
go
woke
to
up,
bed
my
in about
bags in
30
my house.
minutes.
So,
He was like, I OVD'd on Assassin's Creed Origins.
no, hey, bro, no, that was last
What?
semester.
Oh, that's semester.
So, you games.
All right, my games. Okay, well, from my childhood, so the first game that I can remember like playing was one of the Pokemon games.
Was it Pokemon Blue? Was
I-
it yellow?
Yeah, it was Pokemon Blue.
Oh,
and
I
it
had
was-
like an
it
attack.
was-
I was
it
gonna
was-
attack you. With
and it
all
wasn't even
these.
mine. Like, it wasn't even mine. It was like I was visiting some family, like in
Upstate
Rhode
Maine.
Island. No, in Rhode Island, and they
Close enough.
and one of the kids had like this Game Boy. And I was like, what the heck is that? Blah blah blah. So I just watched them play, and I was like, well, this is fascinating. So then I convinced my mom to get me like this thing after like rigorously doing a whole bunch of bullshit. And so yeah, that was extremely fun. You know, playing that. I was like, it was eye opening. So that like kind of started me off on my path of like RPGs, like liking RPGs, like where I am now. And then after that, so I would hang out with my childhood friend Josh, and Josh Beckles. Yeah, he went to Shaker Heights with me.
why are you shouting out this dude's real name?
Right,
bro.
like, it's just, I
Pretty
don't know.
sus.
Well, I
It's fine.
accidentally shouted out Jared's. I mean,
Yeah,
yeah, his last
it's
name.
fine, man.
But I doubt anyone can do it.
Who cares? Nobody's gonna know who this is.
He's Josh Peck now.
Josh Peckle. Yeah, there you go. And we would, so he introduced me to the GameCube, and that was that. I don't know how old I was. Maybe I was like 6, 7, 8. That was real fun time. We would play Dragon Ball Z Budokai 2.
Oh
And-
my god.
What?
Okay, dude,
I
I
What?
had-
let me stop you
I
right
would-
there.
like, I just
that
love
game was
I like
fucking
that
fantastic.
game
But
so much. The board game feel of it was so like interesting. Oh my god. And then what was that? They had Bobbity was in that. That was like the funniest map from that game. And so that like kind of that didn't really influence me. I just would play that like all the time. And then I went home. I got my own GameCube and stuff, and I played that. Major thing that I would play was Sonic Adventure 2 Battle.
oh my god, dude, Sonic Adventure 2 Battle was the absolute just. I know a lot of people don't like that game, or like at least the GameCube version of that game, because that's
I
when
was
I
on the
first started playing
GameCube.
it.
That's what I was like on.
Yeah.
Once I got my own GameCube, I would just play that. I would just hook up, to that to your little box TVs with the red, white, and yellow.
You mean,
With the red, white, with the
it
red,
was
white
always the
components.
yeah, the standard SD components.
Oh my god.
My god. And it's always had to be on channel 4.
Dude,
Always had to be on channel
no, it was
4.
channel 3.
Oh, mine was 4.
Or was it 4?
Yeah,
Well, I don't-
it's
remember.
whatever. But yeah, go ahead. You good? You good?
Dude, that was amazing. And then I got a PS2, and I didn't really like play stuff, but I started to play God of War a lot. So like I think my like top 3 from my childhood was God of War 1 and 2,
Yes.
and then Sonic Adventure 2 Battle. I'm counting God of War as 1 and 2 as same, and then I would say Pokemon, the other one.
Yes.
Yeah.
All great games. Like honestly, there's been so many games you've obviously all played, but yeah. Was there anything else that anyone wanted to say before we wrap up this little discussion of ours?
No, that's. I mean, I'm good.
Bro, they released Sonic Adventure 2 Battle for like a remastered version.
For GameCube.
Really?
Not for GameCube, but like
I thought that was a
like-
remastered version.
what? No. Now you can play it like on the computer and so why I think you've always been able.
Well, it's not
Yeah,
remastered. It was just ported.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
not
more of a
remastered, but there
port.
was like I don't know. This is just confusing. Ooh, y'all remember playing Shadow the Hedgehog? This is on
Dude,
track.
okay, I used to think that game was
Yeah.
fun, and now I
used to
think
go
that game
over,
was ass.
I used to go over a friend's house that actually Devin knew back in the day too. He had the game as well. And I used to go over his house and play that shit because I wasn't able to get it.
What's his first last name?
Hedgehog
That was-
with a gun.
That was the first E10 plus game I played.
No, dude, oh my god, it was fucking that game. Like,
So
It was so
edgy.
edgy.
they made it
It
seem
was
so edgy. They made that game
They
seem
always-
super edgy.
Dude, I was just
Uh,
confused. I was like, why does he need a gun if he can move at super speeds?
It's like, wait, I thought he was like he was like supposed to rival
I thought he was
Sonic's
faster than
speed.
Sonic.
Right.
that dude.
Well, he's supposed to be like his rival, and it's like, oh, they gave this dude a gun, and
Yeah.
he's black. No, I'm just joking.
That dude pulled out with the Draco in the first level, just like shooting everything.
Right.
Wait, you remember Sonic Heroes? You remember that shit?
Oh my god.
Of course I did. I
Dude.
beat that
Everybody
game. I
does.
completed that
I
game.
feel so conflicted about that game.
Hated it? Why?
And I don't care what
It
anyone
wasn't
has to
that
say about
good.
that
It,
game.
like the control, like
That
the port
game
for the
was
PlayStation
amazing.
2 was
That
the
was my
worst.
shot.
I had it on GameCube.
Yeah.
That's okay.
I had it for PS2 and I had it for I had 2 versions of it.
Oh.
Or maybe I just had 2 copies of it. Yeah, I had 2 copies of it. I don't know why, but I did.
No, dude, that game was fucking. Ugh. Like I was so
Amazing.
conflicted with it because I'm like, the concept was so cool, but then I'm like, it runs like garbage. It was just so terrible.
What game was Silver the Hedgehog was from that, right?
Silver.
Silver the Hedgehog's from the Abomination Sonic.
Yeah.
Okay, let's not talk about that.
Is that the one where he's a
Alright,
werewolf?
At that point, we should segue to our other topic.
What's the one where he's a werewolf,
Yes. All right. Thank you all for tuning in for this subject or segment. We're going to do another one here in a few minutes. We're kind of just trying to split it up a little bit, not trying to make our videos too long. So, yeah, we'll catch you guys in the next one.